Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, well, you can just go ahead on and lurk, and that's okay. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Dirty's here. Hello, Dirty. Ghost Valve is here. Hello, Ghost Valve. Welcome, welcome. It's Monday, and you may be aware of what that means. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. It's Manga Monday, so in the second hour, I'll talk about two anime that I've watched since Saturday stream. Two episodes of two different anime. One episode each. And I'll talk about a manga that I have been perusing that I think you might enjoy, perhaps. Wristfan is here saying Moody Monday. Oh, it's a Moody Monday. Okay. We're currently at 40 subscribers. The goal is to get to 50. I shut up when we hit 50, and then I start talking again when we go low. Lord Crash says, hey, Pat, Garfield's favorite day. That's just inaccurate. It's just inaccurate, Lord Crash. I mentioned that we're at 40 subscribers. The goal is to get to 50. If you'd like to become a subscriber, you'd like to gift a sub, perhaps you would be interested in a promotion that's happening right now. If you wanted to, you could gift 2 subs into this very wonderful community. And those 2 gifted subs would allow you access to 60 days of a free trial for Crunchyroll at their Mega Fan Premium level, which is their top tier. And there are rewards for that and all that. You can click the link in the show description here for more information about that. It is subscribing to 2 accounts that are part of this promotion or gifting 2 subs to someone who's participating in this promotion. So you could just subscribe to me with first time, not involving Prime, just cash money. But the easiest way to do it is if you gifted 2 subs to this community, you would get access to that. And then if you already have a Crunchyroll account, you gotta create a new account and shenanigans. You gotta pull a couple shenanigans to do that. But you get 63 days, and that's cool. And it encourages people to possibly hop in on the old gift sub train. That is why we are in the Just Chatting category, because to be eligible for this to work, I have to be streaming in the Just Chatting category or the art category or a video game, some video game, One Piece video game, which I don't know of. So that's why we're doing Just Chatting for model kit building. For the month of November, doing this. Why not? Consider it. If you want to give some subs and also get 63 days, and then also perhaps get me to my 50, get me closer to 50. Anyway, that's the thing you could do. I'm going to retweet my tweet over on the X machine and see if we can get a few more friends to join us. I don't know if we will, but we could as we work on Garchomp. I think we will start and then finish Garchomp tonight. That is my guess, is that we will build all of Garchomp. This kit has stickers, as you can see there. A few stickers, not too many, but a few. This is a no tool required kit. We will be using Garchomp does love lasagna. That's a fact. We will be, for the process of this build, using an X-Acto blade for the stickers. My X-Acto knife here, right there. We will be using that to apply stickers because that's always just easier to do. And we will be using some markers for panel lining here and there if needed. But I will not be using my snipper clips. The snipper clips will not be used because this kit doesn't require them. So unless I have to, I'll do that. There are some very small instructions in here of things to do. And we do have a sticker to apply right off the bat. So let's get into Garchomp. I mentioned Twitter because I retweeted my tweet over there on the Twitter machine. Let me double check that. Yeah, it did say. Yeah, no tools. So this should pop right off. And it does. Popped right off. Now, I could use my snipper clips on this, but I have chosen not to. I am forgoing the snipper clips. I know what I'm building if we finish before the end of the stream. Now, if we finish right at the end, if there's not much time before the stream ends, then I will wait and I will do a poll for my $10 patrons, which is my traditional method, is to do a poll and allow them an opportunity to decide what I build next. If we finish here and there's like plenty of time left in the stream, I have chosen a model kit that I will just start because I don't want to leave it for too long. And I know what I want to build next. Now, why is this being weird? Why are you being weird? This is A1. This is 21. This should just connect. None of this seems right. This is A2, 21. This is A1. This is A1. Am I doing it? Oh, I'm supposed to go like that? No, that doesn't feel right. It is so odd when you immediately run into a roadblock with, there it is. Okay. It's just an overbite. I got it now. Crazy says, woo, here for the hangout. Just posted the finished Barbatos Lupus Rex. Yes, in my Discord, we just had a post there from Crazy Coog over in the Discord, which I'll include the link here, of the Barbatos Lupus Rex that they completed in the build photos section. So you can check that out if you're so inclined. And that was cool. Oh, I real quick, I did want to just say, we'll talk about a bunch of stuff tonight. I got to apply a sticker here. I got some news to chat with you about. So a disclaimer about this story, which I'm about to chat with you about. I want to make this clear. I want to make this crystal clear because I don't want anybody to think that I am in any way speaking, trying to... I'm not trying to be an asshole when I talk about people who got seriously hurt at an event, okay? I want to make it very clear. I am not trying to be an asshole. I am not making fun of these people. I am not wishing them harm. I hope they all suck medical attention, and I hope that they will recover fully from the injury that they have, many of them have had. I'm going to read you the name of this article here. Ape Fest attendees report extreme pain and vision problems after an event. That's right. Yuga Labs, the people that made Bored Apes, the people that paid one guy to make a bunch of Bored Apes, and then they made derivatives of that Bored Apes. I'm peeking here, so let me, yeah, there we go. Okay, cutting back on there. It's peeking, my audio. So they're out there doing their thing. They had an event in Hong Kong, and there was a stage and a band playing, and some people woke up the next day feeling real weird, like their eyes were in pain, like many people. According to, you can see it in his fucking bio, the Bored Ape owner, Crypto June, said, woke up in the middle of the night after Ape Fest with so much pain in my eyes that I had to go to the hospital. I've seen several tweets about it. Doctor told me it was due to the UV from stage lights. I go to festivals often, but never experienced this. So apparently, what had happened was they used the wrong kind of UV lighting. These are people who were very close to the stage. John, oh, hi, I'm John. John says, I assume that happens whenever you look at an NFT. Yeah, I mean, like I said, folks, we're not making light of it, but we are noticing it and talking about a thing that happened that is, it's not laughable, but you can laugh at it. All right, so then we got to put this on here. Finish working on the head, and then we got to build this head together here, and then we need A5. So we got to build this head, and then we're going to put stickers on this head. So this was welding grade UV. I'm going to double check here. Let's see. So I do want to point out that a lot of the people who are like, hey, my eyes are all fucked up, My eyes have literally been burned by UV rays. Not all of them, but many of them were still out of, I assume, caution that they didn't get roped in as like haters. Were like, it's a fucking nightmare to think about this, right? But there were still plenty of people who were like, thanks for the great 8 Fest logistic guys. Incredible event, meant plenty of people. Like a bunch of them were just like, they got the word out about this and they're checking in with people. They do, like, it's that thing where you're like, hey, I got hurt, but just so you know, this is not an eye-opening, ooh, that's a bad turn of phrase. This is not an experience where I will start to think about any of the choices I've made, up to and including going to Hong Kong for a event by the NFTs that I purchased. It's just weird. Okay, so this is what people are thinking here. The way this head is coming together around the teeth is a nightmare fuel. Yeah, Lord Crashington, this is a weird thing. Yeah, we're building this in layers, and it's an odd assortment. Now we're gonna put eyes on the kit. A weird thing you can just say is, yeah, this kit needs eyes, so we're gonna give it eyes. But yes, we're layering this head together in a way that is odd. So apparently, in 2017, a number of attendees at a party thrown by streetwear brand Hypebeast reported painful burns and eye damage. It was revealed that this is, again, a Hong Kong party. They used a series of Philips TUV 30-watt T8 light bulbs, which emit 12 watts of UVC radiation, mainly used to disinfect surfaces. Now, I can't tell you for sure that they use the same UV lights in this scenario, just that another Hong Kong company fucked up the UV again. And like I said, in that 2017 case, that was, they used lights that are used to disinfect. So perhaps the front couple rows of people at this event got UV blasted in their eyes. That was just a nightmare. The condition is caused by prolonged exposure. This is welder's eye. Extreme levels of UV radiation from welding lamps, as mentioned, welding grade, but also sometimes natural light just reflecting off of surfaces can do it. Yes, the stuff used to disinfect food in a machine. Yeah, that kind of UV light. Again, we don't know for sure if that's related, but it is. Look, again, I am not trying to make light of this scenario. I am not here to, like poke fun or dig at people who got seriously hurt. But again, these are folks who willingly, out of their own, and spent money to go to Hong Kong for a Bored Apes event. And they were also very close to the stage at said event. And they don't deserve to have their eyes burned at all. Oh, we dropped like 18 frames. That's a bummer. We dropped a couple frames tonight, friends. My apologies. Sounds like what you'd expect from an event run by people that make NFTs for gullible people. Yeah. Yes, this happens when you don't wear welding goggles or staring at the sun. Yes, very similar. Literally, their retinas were burned. It's awful. And I do feel bad that this happened to them. Yes, I dropped 18 frames. So it's not even 0.1% of frames. I am still not having we're having better connection issues than I did a week ago at this time. It's still not great, but it's better than it was. Gary in Nature says, we talk an Ark of the Covenant of NFT parties for 42 months. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in chat. thank Gary and Nature for the continuous subs. That means so much. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate you very much for that. But yeah, and then Lord Crashman wants me to the dance button, which I will. Here is our November dance song. All right, now I got to shove this mouth in here. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true. That's what I have to do. It's got to clip into place. There it is. So now the mouth can open and close. Hooray! The mouth can open and close. This happened to me. Dance for Garchomp and Sanitation Lysia during shop class. It felt like sand in your eyes. Yeah, I've never had that. I think I'll say this. I don't think I burned my retinas, but there was one year that I went to the beach with a lot of people, and it was really empty. There weren't a lot of people there, and they had like cleared off a lot of the sand because it was early in the beach season, and the sun it was like no clouds in the sky, and the sun was reflecting off of the sand so much that even people wearing sunglasses, we were like, it's painful out here. It hurt. And we kind of cut our day short, mainly because it was just like, this is not fun. We don't like what's happening here. All right. It says view from above. So we want to do this. This piece needs to go. Wait, where does this piece go? It doesn't look right. Oh, okay. It goes like this. Got it. I got that now. Okay. Adding some definition of our mouth here. Brr. 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 Gary says, yeah, up here in Alaska, sun blindness is a thing. Ooh, of course. Lots of snow with sun, high in the sky, reflecting it off right into your goddamn eyes. Snow blindness is certainly a thing, and I'm sure, yeah, in Alaska you're dealing with that a lot, more than I certainly would. Let's see. Let's get our torpedoes on. Our torpedoes are A213. Let's get these torpedoes going here. Lord Crashman's going through some old Giant Bomb content, watching Giant Bomb's Breaking Brad Super Mario Brothers series, and I feel like it's their best comedic show by far. Brad's style of play just leads to the funniest moments that you hope to see, especially when Jeff and Ben are there to goof on the mistakes. Yeah, slightly frustrated, but also still invested. Brad is always fun, especially with some comedic foils around him. Certainly. All right, so then we want to put 812 on there. All right, let's see. What else we want to talk about? Here's some fucking goddamn bullshit to talk about here. Add to the list of companies you think sucks ass. InWorld, INWORLD, who are not intercapped. Not intercapped at all for some reason. Somehow they're not intercapped. You'd think the W would be capital, but it's not. InWorld. They're partnering with Xbox to empower creators and game developers. Crazy Coog just gifted 1 sub in the community. Thank you so much for that. Throw the Bear Cave Lego site the moat. Welcome, Lixia432. Thank you very much for that gifted sub. That's AI company name for you. Yes, indeed. So let's put the emotes in the chat. Thank you very much, Crazy Coog, for that gifted sub. Appreciate you. So basically, this fucking press release from Microsoft says empower like a dozen times. But they've signed a multi-year partnership with InWorld AI to build AI game dialogue and narrative tools at scale. Basically, they're like, our our partners would definitely want this technology. And it's like, fuck off. In a year of massive layoffs, it is not a cool move to be like, hey, check out this tech. So I would say, representative of Microsoft, Hai Ye Zhang, you can fuck off. general manager of gaming AI at Xbox. You have a shitty job at Xbox. You're the general manager of gaming AI for Xbox. You should have said no to the job offer. Your job fucking sucks, is what I'll say there. GPT and large AI models, we see a world of opportunities to accelerate game development creativity, reduce complexity, and enhance player experience. Again, enhance the experience. Oh yeah. I feel that people forget how much Microsoft has been investing in AI. This is in line with what they've all about these days. Yes, Bing is totally infested with AI and using AI, and it sucks. I wish that I wasn't using. I use Bing for image searches because I think the quality that I get is better than Google image search right now. Google image search also wants me to use file formats I don't want to use. So they can fuck off with that file formats that I'm not interested in. So I've been trying to use Bing, but Bing really wants me to, like, Bing makes the probably correct assumption that if I am looking for art from an anime, I might be interested in DeviantArt and sites like DeviantArt. I'm not. I'm looking for like official photos of anime to use. Like I'm looking for like cover art of manga chapters or volumes or whatever, or like the promo art that came out as they were promoting the show. I'm looking for that. I'm not looking for like somebody's cool art. I mean, it's great they make that art, but yeah, Bing thinks I want to see that, and so I am trying to figure out the right terms to use so Bing doesn't do that for me. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, everything's infested with AI right now, and it sucks, including Microsoft. Um, As with all creator tools that we make at Xbox, our goal is to develop state-of-the-art AI tools for game developers of any size, anywhere in the world, and on every platform where players want to play. We want to help make it easier for developers to realize their visions, try new things, push the boundaries of gaming today, and experiment to improve gameplay, player connection, and more. And it's just like, fuck off. It's just fuck off. I do want to say, the last full paragraph of this statement has our approach to AI is based on three principles: meaningful innovation, empowering people and organizations, and responsibility. We are committed to creating responsible AI by design, building on Microsoft's AI principles and Microsoft's responsible AI standard. It's like you went through all this shit of all the cool things that AI can do, and then at the bottom, you're like, but like we understand that some people fucking hate this shit, so like, don't worry about it. We know you hate it, and we're gonna try to make it so you don't want to hate us actively. But also, good luck with that. Yes, responsible AI it is not a feasible thing. It is at the moment a pipe dream. But anyway, that sucks. That was a weird announcement to make. It was bad news. And people who are supporting it and inspired by it and should feel bad. Get your AI shit out of here. Get your AI driven dialogue out of here, and your whatever the fuck you want to try to do with this. Don't put your AI character runtime engine in the game clients. New narratives with dynamically generated stories, quests, and dialogue for players to experience. You know what I don't want? Dynamically generated stories and quests and dialogue. All of that is going to be bad. Don't put that in my fucking video games. It won't turn out good. I mean, there's a huge percentage of like authored, like by people, stories, quests, and dialogue that are awful. Can you imagine like the AI output for that? Fuck out of here. Just bullshit. Just some dumb bullshit. Let's see. More news. We haven't really talked about Twitter too much. Here's a fun thing. Twitter integration for PlayStation 5 is going away. They're getting rid of it, which I find fun. Sony announced a change new notification for PS5 users today as of November 13th, so soon. Integration with X, formerly known as Twitter, will no longer function on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles. So it also includes the PS4. So you just won't be able to. This includes the ability to view any content published on X on PS5, PS4, and the ability to post and view content, trophies, and other gameplay-related activities on X directly. Or line an X account to do so. Let's see. Did they say why? I can't remember. Sad to see Elon fucked up Twitter enough that one of the best things games had done for Twitter is going away for good. Yeah. As someone on Twitter said here, imagine getting your hands on a social media platform so influential it got all three console makers to literally add a dedicated button to their consoles designed for sharing to it, and fucking it up like this in less than a single generation of hardware. Indeed. And that's accurate. Yeah. Elon Musk is fucked up so bad in this particular way that people were just like, it doesn't make sense for us to have it, anything gets sent there. It's in our best interest to not have to share. I haven't seen if Nintendo Switch can still post to Twitter. It probably can. I don't know. Right now it's just PS5 getting rid of it, but maybe they will eventually. Twitter was one of the three main social platforms alongside Facebook and YouTube that PS4 directly connected to. And yeah, it was kind of neat. Hopefully Blue Sky and some of these other services get console support at some point soon. Yeah, maybe the next generation of console will involve a few other things. That's totally possible. All right, then we get it to 8.2.18. 8.2. Microsoft, of course, did also bail on Twitter earlier this year. They were like, we're out. And that was when they started doing their, when Elon was like, we're going to charge people to use our API. And then, of course, that led, them leaving led to accusations of theft on AI products by Elon. And yeah, of course, it's down. Twitter is now down 13% of users. Its ad revenue is about half, and it's about less than half of what Musk paid for. And of course, a reminder: Musk, because he was being funny, paid way more for it. He originally offered way more for it than it was actually worth, because he wanted it to be a funny number. And then they were like, we're going to force you to actually pay that amount that you said you would. So he paid more than it was worth, but also it's worth more than less than half of what he paid for or offered. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun that he's like that. Let's see. Other things. I'm looking at Kotaku over here, reading some stories here. Let's see. UV light. Yeah, we talked about that. That got covered as well. It's weird they got covered on Kotaku, but it did. Let's see. Let's see here. There's a holiday bundle for Xbox or for Nintendo, the Switch, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate OLED Switch bundle coming. That seems cool. Let's see. Any other news from Kotaku that I want to go here? Nope. Okay, we'll go to some wrestling news. Do want to just say very quickly that I have not watched the quote-unquote finale of Um, Attack on Titan. I will probably watch it at some point. I am not necessarily eager to. I have heard they've made some changes to the manga adaptation. It is an adaptation. Changes were inevitable, and some people have seem to like at least one of the changes that is made, even if it is just like a slight change. But I have not seen it. I do know that some people are wondering if they're whatever the bonus thing that's coming in the art book will get adapted, or if they'll do original ideas, or try to get the mangaka to like write some new stuff that they can adapt. People are wondering, is there going to be more? I can't tell you if there's going to be more. I don't think there will be, but who knows? But it's theoretically it's done. Will it actually be done? I don't know, but theoretically, Attack on Titan is over. I am going to be annoyed when it gets nominated for a bunch of stuff at the Crunchyroll Awards, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll just be voting for Witch for Mercury for any category applicable because my favorite anime, hey, spoiler alert for a video I'll put out in January. As of right now, my favorite anime of 2023 is Witch for Mercury. It is my favorite anime of 2022 and 2023 because the first half came out last year and the second half came out this year. So far, nothing. Like, Frieren is fucking beautiful and gorgeous, and there exists the possibility that Frieren could steal it. I don't know. I really don't know until... I can tell you this process. I don't know if I've ever talked about this process on stream. How I come to my top 10 for anime. My anime of the year. I go through and I look at all of the anime that I watched throughout the course of the year, right? And I just start highlighting and making a document of anything that appealed to me, anything that I liked, right? I'll come to your question, Lord Crash, in a second. Anything that I liked that I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to put this in, and I just put them in a category, right? And then I look at the list, and I realize this list is more than 10. Because generally, not every time, but generally, I like more than 10 anime a year. And then I start going, okay, well, what did I like but isn't top 10 worthy, right? And I start taking things out. I may consider, do I have too much isekai on here? Because I watch a lot of isekai. Maybe I've got too much fucking isekai on here. Maybe do I have any like girls doing things anime on this list? Were there any this year that weren't that? Romance series, action series. Do I have too much of one thing, not enough of the other? And I'll look at it. And maybe I'll go, okay, half my list is isekai. Number 11 isn't an isekai. I'm going to bump off one of the lowest rated isekai, bump that other one to 10. Once I get to 10, then I start, and sometimes I get to 11 and start doing it with 11, because that's also a good indication. If I have 11 and I start trying to list them, well, one of them is going to be ranked number 11. And then that's hopefully easy enough to get rid of. But sometimes I'll do it with 11. And then from there, it's like, I just start trying to put the pieces together. I'm like, okay, this one probably isn't actually my favorite top 10, but there's something about it that I like very much. That's a 10. This one almost didn't make the list, didn't make the cutoff. That's a 9, whatever. And then it's like, okay, what is my favorite? And to me, the criteria for my favorite anime of the year is it has to be a show that I want you to see, right? Laid Back Camp. Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-in. Witch from Mercury. It's got to be a show that I'm like, hey, this season of Laid Back Camp is so good. I really want you to watch it. Super Cub didn't win because the last like couple episodes of Super Cub were a little weird. Super Cub wasn't a thing that I still think people should see Super Cub, but it wasn't going to be the top of the list. To be the number 1 is a show that I have no problem saying, hey, you should fucking watch that show. You should watch this. Like that's always been my vibe. That's always been my style. Well, when those things come out. Laura Crashing asks, what shows do you think Anime Award bait, like the way people treat certain types of movies, shows, and games? Okay, what are Anime Award bait? So the thing with Crunchyroll Anime Award show is, right, is its nominations come in from a committee of many people. These people are anime critics, people in the anime industry, people that don't consider themselves to be critics, that can consider themselves to be influencers or content creators, a wide variety of people, right? From many different gaming publications that cover anime, magazines about stuff, and newspapers all across the world, right? So those nominees come in and then they nominate stuff and then they have a vote, but also there's a fan vote element. And when you add in a fan vote element, you are going for popularity contests, right? So categories are determined ahead of time. The people that, put in their nominations, you have to remember that nominations for next year's award show are already in. So Frieren isn't going to show up anywhere because it didn't make the cut, which is why Witcher Mercury was not eligible for anything for 2022. Even though it came out in 2022, part one, it wasn't eligible for anything because it didn't, there was no way to watch it by the time the nominations came in. By the time voting came in, and it existed, but it just didn't exist pre that, which is frustrating. And you might think, shouldn't they wait until the next year to even start the process? And my answer is yes. I have felt for many years that the Crunchyroll Awards should not allow for nominations to happen in the same year because you end up with these issues. All right. So how does this piece get together? Go like that. This has to lock in here somehow. And once I do it once, the other side will be easy. There it is. I figured it out. Okay. The Game Awards issue. Yes. Game Awards, the Game Awards should not be in the same year as the nominations. It's because what ends up happening is the Game Awards, at the very least, allow you to nominate things since the nominations closed or were the cutoff from the previous year. So something that came out at the end of 2022 could be eligible for something for the 2023 award show. Nobody does it. Nobody picks those games unless they had a big beginning of 2023, like a randomly huge year. But most likely, you're just in the dead zone. And it doesn't matter. With the anime awards, they don't even, like Witcher Mercury Part 1 won't show up in anything. Part 2 might. It's just a dead period. If you come out at the end of the season and you don't have anything, that came out in 2022. It's just dead. Any anime that's out right now is not eligible for the anime awards. It just doesn't, like next year's anime awards, it just doesn't count. It's weird. I think Smash got nominated one. Yeah, Smash probably did. It's possible. It's just unlikely. But yeah, I think you're right. I do think that Smash did manage to get nominated, despite being in that window. And being a big production means they need everything locked quite a bit early as long as media voting has access to it. Yes, they have to lock stuff down. But that's why I'm saying it shouldn't be in December. It should be the next year. And you just say it's the 2024 Anime Award or Crunchyroll or whatever, honoring the games that came out the previous year. That's my opinion on that. What you end up happening is people nominate Call of Duty because they think it's going to be big. Like anytime Call of Duty has gotten nominated for the Game Awards, it's because preview events make some people think, oh, this is going to be a big deal. So they haven't even played the game. They're nominating a game they think people would definitely want to see show up in the awards. That's a separate issue. So basically, and of course we'll talk about it next year when I go through the anime awards thing, because I do. Um, if it's at a time that's reasonable for me to live stream it, I will. Last year they did it in Japan, or this year for last year they did in Japan, so I didn't live stream because it would have been at a very strange time for me to do it. It's cool they did in Japan, but whatever. I didn't need to see that. That I just covered it via video, as is my wont. All right, so now I got to get this foot to fit in here. I will say this kit is weird's not the right word for this. This kit is interesting. As a Pokemon kit, the way these parts fit together is odd. I'm liking it. I'm not disliking it. But Garchomp is coming together in a weird way. And I don't hate that. But I am surprised about it. It's cool. Let's see. Let's talk about some goddamn wrestling. Some wrestling. On Sunday, so yesterday, I watched a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show that I really enjoyed. That was Saki Akai's last Tokyo Joshi performance. This coming weekend will be her final match ever in DDT. It'll be her finale match. Saki wrestled in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Her debut year was the debut of the company, so she is an early member. She found most of her success in DDT, and was majority of her time there under her name, and also the persona Saki-sama in a faction, a beautiful faction. She's a phenomenal wrestler. She is the big sister to many people in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. She was at this time one of only 3 wrestlers that has been with the company all the years the company has existed, along with Yuka Sakazaki, who is retiring at the end of this year, or graduating. She's not retiring. I'm sorry. Yuka is graduating. She's not retiring. And of course, Miyu Yamashita as well. Miyu will be in against Saki in Saki's last match. So I did want to just talk about this because it was wild. So the main event, tag match. Saki wins. Makes sense. She wins the tag match. She will probably lose to Miyu, the world champ. Miyu's team. Most likely, there's a possibility she might win her retirement match, but probably won't. She wins the tag match, and then Hyper Misao, who is in character and probably in reality, but certainly in character, the character of Hyper Misao is opposed to retirement. She would just like wrestlers, Joshi wrestlers, to just wrestle as long as they want to and not when they think they should retire. And she's just like, you shouldn't. And there are a lot of people in the back that want to wrestle you, and they never got to. And all of the wrestlers in the company, 20 wrestlers, active wrestlers in the company, which is the entire full-time roster. There are 2 part-timers right now, Yuki Akai and Juria. Are part-timers because they have jobs outside of wrestling. Shoko was in Boston wrestling, so she was unavailable. So Shoko was the only. Oh, and Maki Ito. Maki Ito and Shoko were the only full-timers who were not present. So 20 wrestlers show up, and they're like, hey, we want to wrestle you. And they goad her into a bonus match, a 1 versus 22, because 2 retired wrestlers technically sort of came out of retirement. 2 girls that were wrestlers that worked with her in the past that were retired and still work for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling all came in. Some people did moves. Someone did Shoko's move, which was a nice little nod. A nice little bit of business to do that. Ooh, I forgot to put the foot sticker on here. I got to put the foot sticker on the bottom of this. I'll do that after I'm done with this part here. I'll go back. It was beautiful. There was a parade of all of them hitting moves on her, one after another, in the corner. And people kind of doing their signature moves. Like all the rookies got to like do something. It was just a great bit of business. It was really sweet and fun. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling knows how to send people off, and it was real wild and really great. Also, the owner of the company got bullied into also running into the corner to do a move on Dasaki, which she countered and hit him, and then they kicked him out of the ring because it is an ongoing joke that multiple people within the company, in kayfabe, in character, hate the owner of the company. This is just a fun thing. So they forced him to get involved, and I thought that was pretty fucking funny. It was a great little bit of business, and Saki-sama is done. Saki Akai is done, and except for her final match coming week. I don't generally cover DDT wrestling, but I will. Let's see. Let me go and find the card, which is going to be her final match, which is Ultimate Party 2023. Of course, features the final match. Let me look up this card here. They got to have the card somewhere. Ultimate Party 2023. Oops. Did we get disconnected? I just got disconnected to chat. I'm back in chat. I didn't get disconnected from Twitter, or from Twitch, I should say. But I did get disconnected from chat for a second. And that's weird. That's really weird. Ultimate Party 2023. Let me see if I can find Ultimate Party 2023 lineup or card. Let's see if I can find the card for this. Here we go. It's a bunch of stuff on here. Obviously, Saki Akai's retirement match. Saki Akai, Yukio Saguchi, and Hideki Otani versus Namuchi Marufuji, incredible. Higuchi and Miyu Yamashita. It's going to be great. The main event is the KOD Openweight title, which is their main title. Chris Brooks, the champion, versus Yuki Uno. That's going to fucking bang. They're going to go to town, go to war with each other. The semi-main event, Konosuke Takeshita, AEW's Konosuke Takeshita, who is, of course, from his home promotion is DDT and still appears there. He is accepting the challenge from Chris Jericho. Chris fucking Jericho is going to have a match in DDT in Japan. So it's not even a DDT, against or whatever in America. Chris Jericho is going to Japan to wrestle for DDT in 2023. And that doesn't really fucking make any sense. It's fucking wild. As much as I am opposed to Jericho being on TV every fucking week and people getting stuck in the Jericho zone and not being able to get out of it. Very talented people who are just stuck in his wake. Him versus Takeshita in Japan in DDT is a strange bit of business. They're calling it a dramatic dream match, which I think is a great name for it. There's other stuff in the card. The DDT Universal title. You would think the Universal title would be bigger than the KO Openweight title, but in DDT it is not. The DDT Universal title is currently held by Matt Cardona. He is going to face Mao, M-A-O. Mao fucking rules. Mao is an emo boy, a Japanese professional wrestler who loves emo, and he is hot and a great wrestler. And that's basically all I need to say about Mao. Mao fucking rules. Kids, old ladies, people who are attracted to good-looking people, they all love Mao. It's fucking 11 matches. It's way too many. There's a 5-way tag match that's just like, what are we doing here? That show is going to be so long. Oh, also, There is a Tokyo Joshi a Pro offer, they call it. They're going to have a special match because of Saki. They're going to have 6 women from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling compete as well. And this does not list who those are, but I believe I know who that is on Twitter. Pro Wrestling. Let's see if I can find it. Are you going to tell me who the 6 people are? Oh, it's Yuki Arai, Moko Miyamoto, Shino Suzuki versus Suzume, Arasu Endo, and Wakana Uhara. I believe Yuki Arai team will win, which sucks. So that means probably Wakana will take the pin as the youngest person, as generally the case in multi-person matches where the young person takes the pin in tags or 6-person events. So is my assumption that will be the results there. I would love to see Arasu's team win because Arasu rules. But alas, probably not to be. They'll probably give it to the fucking part-time wrestler who is also a fucking legitimately popular act in an idol group. Yuki Arai is popular. She is well known and well regarded and a good wrestler, but part-timer. Any other wrestling news for you? Let's see. Naito's getting surgery. Hope he's going to be great. There's some rumors about people going signing with WWE. Who knows where that's going to go. Kairi Sane, who is added to the roster. She's going to be a SmackDown person. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if I have any other wrestling news right now. Oh, who did this? Okay, yeah, I think that's it. We're going to take a pause for the calls in a moment or two. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel. Oh, hey, I haven't talked about this tonight, so let me talk about this for tomorrow. Please join me at 9 p.m. Eastern for our bonus stream, our Tuesday night stream, where I do anything that is not model kit building. It's my night off from the model kits. Tomorrow's stream will be returning to Mars First Logistics. If you missed the first stream, Mars First Logistics is a quest-driven game. You're on Mars. You build a vehicle to transport items from one location to the other. It's in early access. It is very fun. I was testing it out and it worked so well because I found a vehicle to transport the big ice cube, which was the hardest job in the thing and the only job I hadn't completed. And then it worked, so I just delivered it. But we'll try a bunch of stuff. They added creative mode since I last looked at the game. They've done a bunch of stuff since we've last been there. So I felt like it was a good idea to go in and take a look at Mars First Logistics because it has been a hot minute since we checked that game out. And like I said, there have been updates. So to me, it made a lot of sense to want to go in there. So that's tomorrow night. It'll be fun. We'll check that out. There's also a creative mode in there now. There is Steam Workshop support. So we can go in and see, for example, the object that I used to make my life easier, to make it so that I could transport that big ice cube that sucked, was a object that I searched for by searching for ice cube, and someone had uploaded it with the name that was what they had made for it. And that device worked well enough. How many dick-shaped machines on Steam Workshop? A few. There are a few. There are a couple rocket-powered dicks on there. I don't know how many there are, but there are a few. But yeah, overall, that's just a fun fucking video game that I'm enjoying playing. And we'll hang out in that tomorrow. Yeah, that game is just is just a lot of fun. The vibe is good. You got the Mobius art style. You've got the cool music that plays. It's got a lot of fun to it. Again, but there are randomly kind of procedurally generated objects. Let's see. Ooh, this was supposed to be sticker 5. Did I pull sticker 5? I did. But yeah, so there's a lot of there are a lot of quests we can still go on in there, is what I was trying to say. Why does this look weird? Yeah, that's why. I need a Morbius. Oh yes. No, it's Mobius, but you want your Morbius art style. Yeah, no, we're getting our no Morbs. Not Morbin time. But yeah, Mobius. There we go. That sticker was weird to apply. That was a strange one. And then we'll take a pause for the cause in just a moment here. Let me get. I am definitely going to have to think of. We're definitely going to go into our next kit probably, because I don't know yet. I don't know if we're going to get our next kit. I assume we probably will. This isn't going to take too long to do, but who knows? Maybe it will. All right, this is going to go here. I'll just build nice and slow in the second hour. Because, yeah, it's not going to take too long to finish this kit up. But I know what I'm building next, so we're good on that. I do know what that's going to be. Oh, I do have to put more stickers on these things. God damn it. How many more stickers do I need to put on? A few. All right, let's take a pause for the cause. I'm going to talk to you about ways that's right, you, my friends, can support the channel. Everything I'm about to say here is optional. You don't have to do any of these things. If you would like to, that would be great. It would be rad if you wanted to. But it's completely optional. First and foremost, let's throw a Bear Cave Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime link with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use that on anybody. You could use it on me. You could also gift a sub. You could join the gift sub leaderboard with Aristofan and Unjan and Silver Streak, or like Crazy Koo gave out a sub tonight. You could do that. If you gift out 2 subs while I'm streaming here in the just chatting, 2 subs in here will make you eligible to receive some cool 60 days free trial over on Crunchyroll at their top tier, which is kind of neat. Bits and coins always appreciated. Those are the ways to support me here on Twitch. There are other ways to support me financially. And again, we're trying to get to 50 subscribers. We're at 42 right now. We are close to it. If you want to help me get over the hump, you could become a subscriber, donate, or whatever. Gift a sub, whatever you want to do. But there are other ways to support me at other websites, because there are other websites like my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. Over on Patreon, there's a $1, a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. I would suggest consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/PatBear. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. I put up videos every other Monday and every Wednesday, plus some other stuff. I do some shorts now and again, but those are the primary ones. If you would like to subscribe, that's free. If you want to become a member for $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So tomorrow, you'll get a video that you can watch over there. That's pretty cool. And the one that I recorded for tomorrow is good. So check that out. Those are monthly ways to support me. If you want to support me on a occasional basis, you could always, if you want, of course you don't have to, but you could always hop over direct donation through Coffee and PayPal and Stream Elements. Those are options if you want to do that. Everything I make through direct donations, YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, Patreon and Twitch, it all goes into a fund. I take money out of that fund and I buy model kits with it. Garchomp, I was able to buy the kit we're working on right now. This Garchomp. I was able to pick that up because of your generosity. Past you has helped out current me. It's wild that that works that way. Now, if you want to decide what I build in the future, you don't want me to do my polls. You don't want to do any voting like that. You want to just decide what I build next. You could buy something from my Amazon wish list, because anything bought on my wish list jumps the queue and becomes the next thing that I build. I've got Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, kits that are never on sale, kits that are always seem to be marked down. A bunch of different things, fake Lego, real model kits, some good prices. Check out there, a bunch of different stuff. And then you get into some expensive model kits, like very expensive. Why are these so pricey kits? And then there's also some gear. And honestly, it's just nice to have some gear options out there for a few things. Because sometimes people want to support me financially, but they don't know about model kits. They don't know what they like to see, but maybe they want to buy me a better HDMI capture device, or they want to buy me a gift card to GameStop so I can buy some video games or whatever you want to do. You could do that. That is a way to support me. And again, you buy a model kit, it gets a dedicated YouTube video about the thing that you purchased. It jumps the queue and becomes the next thing that I built. My alternative to that is Throne. I like having an alternative to Amazon. It's just nice to go over on Throne. And then also, you could always just pop over to USA Gundam Store. They seem to have sales all the fucking time. USA Gundam Store right now has a sale, and they always seem to have a sale lately. But you go over to USA Gundam Store, you buy a gift card. They'll send you an email with the gift card code. Then you can send me a DM on Twitter or a whisper on Twitch with that gift card code, because my DMs are open. And I will use that gift card code to purchase something on over at USA Gundam Store. If you want to support me for free, you just want to hang out in my Discord, please come hang out in my Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. There's some lovely chat in our general where people are just talking about whatevs. It's a nice little place, and you're welcome to come join us there. Let's see. A couple of video links for you to check out. Today, I posted a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. This episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, I would say, is great. It is me talking about 4 anime that you can't watch on streaming legally. There is no way to legally stream these 4 shows. And the 4 shows I talk about are a mix of like fairly recent, like pretty modern show that just isn't anywhere. A classic that just isn't available. And then like 2 that aren't available because they never got licensed anywhere, like really. So I kind of run the gambit there, talk about those shows, and then I maybe hint at ways you could find them if you were so inclined, both legally and illegally. And then Baerly Rehearsed is an ongoing video series where every Wednesday, I put up a new character piece that I have written and performed and rehearsed some amount of times. This one is about a guy that lists all of the hobbies that he's gotten into very recently. And you have to wait till the end to find out why he has all the time to do those hobbies. There's a joke at the end of it. And hopefully the things that he's doing is funny as well. That's Baerly Rehearsed. Check that out. I am going to talk about a manga that I am reading. I am going to talk about some anime that I am watching. We're going to get into that now. We'll start with some manga. But before I can talk about this manga, what I really need to do is drink some water. I am in desperate need of water, and we're going to dramatically transition back to the overhead right now. All right. I'm going to panel line this before we finish here, because we still need to put on one part there. Put this thing together. Oh, wait. We'll finish putting it together. I don't want to do that. All right. Manga. Going to tell you about some manga that I've been reading. I'm going to wait a second because there we go. There it is. There you go, Nightbot. That's what you need to do. The Shut-In Lady is an understanding sacred beast caretaker is a fantasy series. It is not an isekai. It has a, as the title would suggest, a female lead. It is a fantasy romance show, romance book, I should say, that is very fun. I have enjoyed it quite a bit. So we got our main character. She is a shut-in by her own admission. She has anxiety talking to people and being in large groups. She always has. She gets along well with her brother and her father and her mother, but she is a homebody. She is desperately in trouble with conversation because, and it's revealed later, one of the main reasons is she can tell the difference between what people are saying and what they're feeling. And because she is a lady of some nobility, minorly, but she still is, she's thrust into situations or at an early age with people who don't have her best interest in mind, that are looking to get some advantages. So she can't quite believe that she has true friends with anyone. So she kind of shuts herself off. And that would have been fine until her mother got ill. Her mother is sick. And so her father's like, we need assistance to keep your mother going in medicine. You need to get a job. And that's obviously like going to be a nightmare, and she's resisting it, and it's going to be tough. And then he's like, you like books. What if you became a librarian? The Royal Library is looking for people to do that. Why don't you get that job? And she's like, you know what? I will figure this out. I will go on an interview. I will get this job. Because she offers like, sell my clothes, sell my books, like whatever it takes to help mom. And then she was a little unwilling to get a job, but she finally acquiesces and realizes, okay, well, this is the way to help mom is to go into the workforce. So she's going into the workforce, everybody. She's going to do it. She's doing the thing. All right. So I'll pause here before I continue talking about this manga, because I have to put stickers over. I don't know why they did this. They made this hollow, and then I'm putting stickers over the hollow pieces, and I don't know why. I don't know why you would do that. It doesn't make much sense to me, but that's what they did here. They made these pieces hollow, and then they gave me stickers to place on them. So that's I would call that weird, but whatever. All right, so our girl goes to meet. And here's the part where it gets weird in a way that I don't quite understand. I don't know if she went to the wrong place, and coincidentally, the person that she went to meet also had someone applying for a job. I don't know if they put out a fake job listing because somebody really wanted her to do the job. I don't know if her father told her the wrong thing. He does seem confused briefly when it's brought up. So maybe, I don't know if it was that. But however it works out, she is not apparently applying for the job of a librarian. She is applying for the job of a caretaker of some of the sacred beasts. Not all of them, but many sacred beasts live together in one barn. And they are, when I say these beasts are, there's a big owl and a wolf and a giant, they're huge animals. A giant like mole, and like a big like chipmunk. They're adorable. They're all incredibly, it's not a chipmunk, a boar. There's a boar, a big fuzzy boar. They're all incredible, wonderful looking, cool beasts. And there are other beasts, and the last chapter that I read of the manga started to at least show them. There's a bear, and I was like, hell yeah, and some mice. But so these sacred beasts are just evolved versions of animals that already exist in this world, and they have riders who are knights, and they help with a bunch of different things. And apparently, these particular beasts, because of the rabbit that is the leader of them, a big fuzzy rabbit who leads them, they are they're always been they always dismissed whatever human tries to take care of them. But they instantly really like our girl, and it's not just because she's the main character that she instantly, of course, would have a rapport with these beasts and they're on her side, and she's polite and nice to them, and she's trying her fucking best. It's because she can understand them, and even their human counterparts, their partners, nobody's been able to understand them. She shouldn't be able to hear them. And it's hypothesized by the owl that perhaps our girl also has dragon blood in her. Because sacred beasts are animals that have some amount of dragon blood over the years, and that's how they've evolved into the beasts they are. So it is the possibility exists that our girl has a little bit of dragon blood. There is some shenanigans in this. Like I said, it's about the beasts and discovering them. It's about her realizing, oh wow, all I did was read. I have no core strength, and I need to get stronger. The leader of the guy that got her the job, who is his partner, he's partnered up with the bunny, is a very handsome man. He is a disarmingly handsome man, and that is a focal point of this. There is a woman knight who is like one of the. She is like, she's not butch, but she is the kind of like, I dress in men's clothing and I'm not girly, kind of non-binary lady that you will see in stuff like this. Where like even girls swoon around him, and it's like, yeah, we know what that means. Okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying about how even ladies find themselves attracted to this fine lady. It's like, yeah, sure. There's a bunch of support characters. This is a very slow romance. Our main character, who is used to ladies like fainting or whatever, is like, oh, this girl doesn't faint when we're together because she's disassociating. But we're not like close. We're not like as friendly as I would like us to be. I'm going to fix that by like being up in her business all the time. Also, he finds out that she can communicate with them because they keep it a secret. This is an important thing for me to tell you because for some people that would have been a deal breaker. There are hijinks that ensue because they to protect the main character, these sacred beasts are like, don't tell anybody, you can understand us. But eventually they're like, you could tell him. And like that should have been from the start. That was nonsense. Hijinks, you're out. Yeah. The hijinks are light because this series is pretty light. It's gorgeous. It's well drawn. There's definitely some humor to a bunch of it. It's a well told, silly little tale. It's a slow romance. We haven't really met all the characters, but all the sacred beasts are fun in various different ways. They have different accents because they're like from different parts of I'll get to that in a second because I do want to chat about that. But yeah, they're from various parts of that world and have different accents to different animals, and that's very fun. And just in general, it's a pretty light, easy read. I recommend it. You will have to go and find out for yourself how to track that down. But that manga, I should say, is called The Shut-In Lady is an Understanding Sacred Beast Caretaker. And I don't know, it's fun. It is a fun change of pace from the more action-oriented stuff that I read constantly all the fucking time, that I'm always reading. Crazy Kook says, not to derail everything, but minor emergency averted. Great to hear. Nice to hear that. An incredibly small piece of the Dragon Zord disappeared in my room but was found. Woof. That is a fear. I'm in a room with carpet, and I have certainly lost stuff on this carpet for periods of time. Things that just like Lego pieces that just I end up bump, or I'm like snapping a thing together and a piece flies off, and then I have to like dig around for a very long time trying to track it down. That's a nightmare. I am very happy to hear that you have tracked down that piece. Um, my grandparents had that really long carpet, and yeah, or like a shag maybe, that we lost some Christmas Legos. Yes, I've certainly done that. When I moved here and I packed, so not even before I even moved, when I moved from my regular bedroom and I started like moving stuff into storage and throwing things away in New York, part of that was also that I uh, started doing stuff in the spare bedroom because for a little while I was just by myself in that apartment. And while I did that and cleaned up my regular bedroom, I found a bunch of stuff. Uh, I found like just a ton of stuff like as I moved my bed, like random Lego pieces, um, poly caps that I had pulled off that you didn't need. That just ended up like on the floor and danced across the room, and that wasn't even carpeting. Uh, Crazy says that's what it was. Putting it together, the piece didn't set fully and flew off. Yes, that has happened to me a couple times, unfortunately. Where yeah, piece just flies, just takes off, and you're just like, oh well, who knows when I'll find that. Ghost House says I almost lost the O on the head of the Swarzette just a little bit ago. Oh wow, well there you go. Glad you found that. Yes, that would be nightmare. Yes, the heads of high grades sometimes have pieces that are tiny enough that could just fly off and be a problem. But I'm glad you found it. Crazy cute. Let's talk about some anime as I quickly get ready to finish this build. Because there's only a couple things left. I got a couple stickers left, and then I have the tail to put on here. I'll do the panel lining that's on this because there's not much left to do on here. And I'll tell you about I Shall Survive Using Potions. A lot of shit happened in this episode, and also I had to remember who characters were that got introduced in the last couple episodes. There's not that many episodes of the show, but I was still like, wait, what's happening here? Who's that person again? So if you haven't been watching I Shall Survive Using Potions, which I think is pretty cute. It's totally skippable, but I think it's cute. Our girl got reincarnated with the ability to craft anything she wants into potions. She's a very practical gal. And Kaoru has, negotiated a bunch of stuff. She is currently with the help of some orphan kids that she is looking after. She's going around a major city in a kingdom that she has been living in and helping people in the name of the goddess, the real goddess Celestine, who is her friend. So she's been helping out with the goddess with her tasks. And she just recently got a bunch of people off her goddamn back. The kingdom isn't going to bother her for things, which is great for her. And the other thing that's happening is the temple, the local temple of a religion from a holy kingdom, also got told to get bent and aren't going to bother her, hopefully. There is a fun little moment right off the bat here that I want to point out. I usually just kind of give you the plot. I don't give you like the bits if there's some goofs that happen, but this is a very good goof. She runs into Francette, who is a knight that we met in like episode 2 that she helped out. And Francette literally says, "Oh, my goddess," which of course is the name of an anime. And then because she is from Earth, Kaoru is just like, "No, I'm not her." And there is a brief flash of a character that is not exactly Belldandy, but looks an awful lot like Belldandy. It is a totally okay to use for a reference photo of Belldandy from Oh My Goddess. And I just thought that was a fun bit of business. I thought that was some good shit right there. So that happened. I thought that was pretty fun. Francette now works for Roland, who is the king's brother, and they are possibly romantically linked. Right now they're not, but they could be. And that's great news because it's time for a conspiracy. Kaoru needs people high-ranking in the kingdom to go through phase 2 of her plan. Phase 1, help people that couldn't afford it with her potions to save them. because this is a world that doesn't know what potions are, that have never seen potions. Magic is very isn't reliable. People don't know this shit. But she saved a bunch of people with potions, so now she is like, I've got these potions, this medicine. Let's sell it at a reasonable price. So among this people that are part of this conspiracy are Roland, the king's brother, to kind of keep the nobles away from fucking this up. Francette, Count Aiden, who we met recently. Count Aiden's daughter was cured. He is a nobleman, but he is of good heart and good standing, so it's okay for him to be involved in this shenanigans. What's the guy's name? Allie, who is a merchant that we met that she gave some advice to and made a lot of money, and seems to be a good man. And they're involved in this conspiracy. They named their group Goddess Light. So everything's going good. They're selling products. People are getting healthy. It's working out. There's a shelf life for them so that they can't fall into the wrong hands of a neighboring kingdom who suck ass. We'll hear more about them later. And everything's going good. Except the prince, what's his fucking name? Prince Ferdinand, who was in previous episodes 2 and 3, from a neighboring kingdom that was real rough and got completely rejected by Kaoru, and then Kaoru fucking fled the country because she didn't want to deal with this dude. He shows up. He's looking for Kaoru. Once again, for the second time in a row, Kaoru's co-workers at the restaurant previously and now at the metalworks just fucking like, they're like, hey, we don't care who you are. You're trying to take our friend forcibly. We're going to kick your ass. So they leave, and the assistants are like, hey, it is very clear that she does not want to do anything with you. She wants no part of you, so we should just give up. And he's like, I'm not giving up. So that's going to bite her in the ass later. Also, other problems exist. The people at the Grand Temple in the Holy Land of Rudia, that is a complete country, a religion ruled country that exists solely because their founders met the goddess, so now they worship the goddess, and it's a whole fucking thing. They're mad because they want to monopolize Kaoru's abilities because she is a representative of the goddess and she won't go there. So they're mad. And then the military empire of Algot that everyone hates, they're the military. They're the Imperial Army. Everybody fucking hates these guys. They're like, oh, people think they can make potions and we don't get them? Well, we'll just have to go in and invade and take this angel or whatever. We'll take her and then she'll make potions for us. And it's like, yeah, that's fucking not going to work. They want to kidnap Kaoru. So obviously there are some issues with some countries. This is done. Garchomp is built. We have completed Garchomp. This was a fun little build. I knew it wouldn't take more than this stream to put this together. And we did. And we've got some time left. I want to hear from you in chat right now. Should I? We can dick around. We can talk about model kits that I have and what's in my backlog and what I'm going to be building. Or I can, because I didn't do a poll about what I should build next. That way we can dick around here for, another 20 minutes or so, and then head out and go raid. Or I can just build something new, and I like to do my $10 patrons to get them to vote, but I also have something that I could just build. So I want to hear from you in chat. Would you rather we just kind of hang out and talk about the kits that I have? I can show you photos of what I have in my backlog. Or I could just start something, because I got something that I could start. Again, I normally have my $10 patrons normally get to vote on what I build, but I was giving y'all some options here. And I'll just hear from you now. We'll give you a second to say. I can just start something, or we can hang out and talk about some kits. John wants me to thunder gun a new kit. Let me take a photo of Garchomp here. But yeah, if anybody else has any opinions in either direction, either hang out and chat about those things or just start something new on my own accord. I thought this would take the full stream. Ghostfile says personally, whichever strikes your fancy. So we got a whichever, Pat's choice, and a new kit choice. So I would like to hear from you, friends. While you figure that out and type it in there, I'll just tell you the rest of I Shall Survive Using Potions. Basically, if I was just hanging out, says Lashbrook. They want to invade. The Kingdom of Rudia sends some representatives. So that's their big plan. The kingdom is helping the Imperial Army because they want to make a situation where they're like, we'll protect her in our country because we're neutral. It's like, you're definitely not neutral. You're basically conspiring against the goddess by trying to take advantage of me. And now the episode ends with Kaoru being like, okay, you know what's going to happen next, friends. I'm going to take on, I'll take on this kingdom. That's the next plan, is she's going to take on an army by herself, which is wild. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hang out and talk about the next kit that I'm going to be building. I'm going to save talking about this episode of the Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch. I'm going to talk about that on Thursday. We'll just talk about 3 anime on Thursday because I have nothing to build while I talk about it. But we finished Garchomp. Garchomp's looking great. And so I'm going to go through the various kits that I have in my backlog, some of which will be up for vote, and my $10 patrons will decide what I'm going to start on Thursday. And we'll just go through it. The first thing I have is the Calibarn. The Calibarn is already ready to go. The Calibarn is the kit that I decided would be on deck. It is ready. I had it over here in its unfortunately damaged box. The box, it's not that damaged. The box got bent, which meant that the instructions got bent, which sucks. But the parts are all fine. All the parts inside are fine. It's unfortunately a little bent weirdly. But I got the Calibarn, our witch, our flying witch mobile suit, which is the last Gundam from the show that I haven't built. I have built I haven't built every grunt from the show, but this is the last Gundam from Witcher Mercury that I haven't built. So I have that. I physically have that. That's going to go in the poll. I don't know everything. Usually, I'll pull this back because you don't know. You might not know this. My $10 patrons, when I give them a vote of what I'm gonna build next, I give them 3 options. I always give them 3 options. I try to do a mix of stuff that's been in my backlog for a while and new things. Sometimes I'll do just stuff that's been in my backlog for a while because people have a tendency to vote for the brand new thing that's in there. And I do want to build the old stuff that I haven't worked on yet. Call me crazy, but I do want to do that. So I do try to throw in some stuff that I haven't built that's been in my backlog for a bit. I don't have the biggest backlog. The parts being fine are the important part. Indeed, Lashbrook. I mean, I like the instruction booklet isn't in bad shape, but you're right. All right, so I'm going to show you some of the things that are in my backlog. The Calibarn. We were looking at the photo. Let me give you the full photo there. Here's the Calibarn. It looks just fucking gorgeous. That's going to go on my list for voting. That's up for voting. Joining the vote will be, I think I will put in for voting Big Codpiece. Indeed. I'll probably put in for voting this friend, the Gundam Age 1 Normal, because Normal is a fun name. It is just weird that it is the Normal. That is just continues to be very funny to me. That it's called Normal. Wait, where'd that go? Did that go away? There it is, yeah. Weird ankle stuff. And then, yeah, a bit. It's a little weird. I mean, it's an action pose, right? So it might not look too bad flat. But yeah. I love the normal. I love its weird layers in the chest and all that. I like the age 1 kits, the age kits, I should say, in general. So I have so I have a Calibar normal, and then I got to throw in a Lego. I like throwing in a Lego, but in this case, for Thursday, one of the options, and this will go out probably tomorrow or Wednesday for the poll. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably put it out tomorrow for my $10 patrons. The RX-7 from Initial D Mold King kit. I had such a good time building this, building the A86, which I'll show you in a second. You can see it if you missed that build. Of all of the knockoff Lego that I have built, Mold King is the best. I've only built one I've only built one Mold King kit, but that one was the best of all of them. So, and it comes with a plastic case like the A86 does, a bunch of stickers on there. I like the RX-7 quite a bit, so I'm excited to put that together. Just get rid of that. And you can see here, I still have in the case, pretty easy to get to. Someday I might fix these stickers. You can tell that I didn't really put on the side stickers that well. I did a better job on this side, but I didn't do a perfect job on those stickers. But from a distance, you can't really tell. I love the weird case. I think the weird case is also, all of the pieces were in bags inside the case when it traveled. I think that was smart. So yeah, the A86 I think turned out pretty great, and I look forward to working on the RX-7. I think that'll be neat. What else? That's not my full backlog. I don't have a lot in my backlog right now, but I do have a few other pieces, like the Lego 3-in-1 vintage motorcycle, which is apparently a ginormous photo. I didn't realize this was so high quality, so big. There it is. That's better. I can make that a little bigger. There. Yeah, this is a 3-in-1. You all know 3-in-1s by this point. You get three different builds with the same parts. And it's like a kind of weird racer and like a classic motorcycle and then like a sports bike. That's a rad looking bike. Yeah, I think all three of these bikes are cool. I love the vintage one, which is like the main one. Will be used all the pieces. I like the sports bike, and I like the weird trike thing. I think all of those are cool. This is a fun 3-in-1 that I've had for a while. I have also had for not too long, but a little while, Sigrun. This is it. When I finish this, I will have built every regularly produced Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. I have built a couple high grades from Iron-Blooded Orphans that were premium kits, and there's a couple premium IBO kits that I've never built. But this Sigrun is the last high grade that I have not completed from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Generally available Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. I love its colors. It's a purple. The photo doesn't really do it justice. I maybe get a better photo, but right now that's fine for me. It's a knight. It's got a cool knight theme. It's got a weird head. There's a lot to like about the Sigrun. I'm surprised I haven't built it before, but that's there, and that is something I can build in the future. And the last thing in my backlog isn't technically in my backlog. The Sigrun looks really cool, right? I think the Sigrun looks great. We'll look at it one more time. We'll just look at it one more time. Because I do think it looks just fucking rad. I love the shield. I love the design on the shield. It's just that's a good... It's not hunched over like a lot of Iron-Blooded Orphans kits are, because the Gundams, it's kind of like thrusting out in this photo, which I think is fun. Anyway, that's a good build. So the last thing that's in my backlog isn't technically backlog related because there is a cutoff time for it. I bought what I'm building for Christmas. I just wanted to get it because here's the thing, right? I like the modern takes on Gyan style kits. Yes, it is a modern, for its time, take on Gyan, like 10 years old, but still a modern take. So this is a pro tip for your friend Pat. If you ever want to do a holiday Lego build, You need to buy those kits as soon as you think about doing that. Do not wait for December to build a Christmas themed Lego set or a Hanukkah themed Lego set or anything like that. Do not wait for a winter holiday Lego set. Do not wait. Get it now. Which is why I've bought wintertime polar bears. This is a wintertime polar bears. We are going to build this sometime around Christmas. When, I don't know. But this is our Christmas Lego set. I bought it now because it will become hard to buy in December. It will go up in price. There will be limited availability. I might be able to find it at Target or something, but it's not going to be as easy to find on Amazon. That is my pro tip to you. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, whatever it is. If there's a Lego set that themes around that, you got to get it sooner rather than later. If I'm going to do a Valentine's Lego set again next year, I will be buying it in January. So that's my recommendation to you. I don't what I can do right now is, as we're hanging out. So December 25th is a Monday, and so I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. I'm definitely going to stream on the 23rd. Maybe I'll take Christmas Day off. Maybe I won't. So I'll either build this on December 23rd, which will be our celebrating Christmas Saturday stream, or on Christmas Day night. I think I probably will stream because Christmas Day night, my Christmas Day will be like an afternoon. We always like Christmas Eve. I think we're either having people over. I think we're having people over, but I don't know. No matter what, I'll be ready at 9 o'clock on Christmas. So we probably will do a stream, and then I'll do a Boxing Day Tuesday stream because I don't celebrate Boxing Day. So I've kind of decided I'm going to stream on Christmas Day. I still haven't decided if I'm streaming on Thanksgiving or not because we're going to my neighbors, and I don't know when we're going. I'm going to find out when we're going for Thanksgiving. I'm probably going to skip Thanksgiving stream because otherwise I have to leave and then come here, and I'm going to be full. Thanksgiving is such an eating holiday that I kind of don't want to stream on that day. And also, I don't take streams off. I just don't. I just never take streams off. So what if I just took that day off, right? Like lately, when's the last time that you can remember, chat? When's the last time you can remember I didn't, you like to see a Passover stream? Yeah. A pass out stream. Oh, that I ate so much that I passed out. I don't want to do that. But yeah, can you think of a time that I didn't stream? I think the last time was probably a holiday. It was probably Thanksgiving or Christmas. Okay, no, you know what? I can tell you. I'm fairly sure the last time I skipped a stream was last December for PAX Unplugged. I am fairly confident. And I did one stream from my hotel room at that show. But I'm fairly confident that that's the last time, because I did one stream from my hotel room when I got there on that Thursday, and then I skipped that Saturday. Did you do a Wednesday Thanksgiving stream last year? I might have. I might have done that. I might have streamed on Wednesday instead of Thursday. But that would have been weird, because then I would have streamed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's weird for me. I don't know. Maybe I didn't stream on Tuesday instead of streaming on Wednesday and then stream on Thursday. I don't know. But that would be weird for me to do 3 days in a row. I have done 3 days in a row before. I've done Thursday, Friday, Saturday streams, but that's when I've done fundraising streams on Thursday or fundraising streams. But anyway, that's my backlog. I do have some kits that I'm looking to buy in the future that I have not picked up yet, but I am interested in picking up. That I certainly would like to buy, but I have not yet. The number one kit that I've been eyeing that I wish I had the funds for, and I'm hoping that in the future I will have the funds for that, is the Real Grade Epion. Believe me, the fact that I don't have a pre-order for the Real Grade Epion bums me out, because I really would like to build that in the near future, because I love the Epion. The Epion is just... It's one of my favorite kits from Wing. The Epion just fucking rules. I'd love to build it. I wonder if the real grade Epion looks good in flight mode, in the two-headed dragon mode. Does that look good? I bet it doesn't look that good, but I bet it looks pretty okay. Thanksgiving. So I'll say this, right? Thanksgiving, I believe, is the 23rd. Thanksgiving 2023. I want to say that's the 23rd. It is Thursday the 23rd. So it is not the last Thursday of the month, which is weird. It's weird that it's not the 30th, but it's not the 30th. It's the second to last Thursday of the month. So I will have to decide that by next week if I am going to stream on Thanksgiving or not. But American Thanksgiving, I should specify. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stream or not. I'm leaning towards no. I'm just leaning towards no. I'll be honest. Epion is better than Zero, says John. The Wing Zero from Endless Waltz is better than the Epion. The Epion is better than the Wing and the Wing Zero. But the Wing Zero from Endless Waltz with the fuck... I'm a sucker for those wings. Those wings, those feathery wings are so fucking cool. And the fact that they become like a cocoon for it to enter atmosphere. They're big, beautiful wings. And I like those. I am a fan of those. So yeah, I'm leaning towards probably not streaming because I will be because we're going to my neighbors for Thanksgiving. And I don't know what time they're going to serve. And I don't want to have to leave to come over here. I just want to eat there and then come back and veg out. So I think I'm going to skip that stream for Thanksgiving. And that'll be the only one I miss. I'll let you know that I'm probably going to do sometime this month. I'm going to do a Friday stream to raise some money for a thing that I want to do that involves medical stuff. I'm going to have to do it. I want to try to get this done, but I want to get this scheduled and done by the end of the year. So I need to kind of put some funds together for that. I've got some funds set aside for it. I'm going to need some help to get it done because I really shouldn't. The longer I wait on doing this, the worse it is for me and my general health. So I got to kind of do it. Originally, I was thinking of doing it this week. That doesn't work out, so it's going to be next week. Lord Crasher says, are there any Pokemon you'd like to see a kit for that doesn't have one, or at least you know of? So, we built Rayquaza, which would have been my answer, because I loved building Rayquaza. There are a lot of the Mega Bloks kits that we have built. The Mega Bloks kits are all fantastic. So, we've built some of those. I don't know. I'm going to look at... Let me see if I can find a list of Pokemon model kits. Pokemon model kits. Because we've built a few. Rayquaza is the one that was really fun. Oh, they made a Gengar. We built a Mewtwo. I thought the Mewtwo was fantastic. I'm going to look at Big Bag Toys list. Yeah, we built Rayquaza, which fucking rocks. That whips ass. Rayquaza just rules. Oh yeah, Giratina would be fun. We built Riolu and Lucario, which were both fun. We built Ho-Oh. That's a good one. You know what? We've built Gyarados. We might not have built Rayquaza. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if we built Rayquaza. I can't remember. We might have built Rayquaza out of Mega Bloks and not... I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up in my archive. We might have built that in... No, we might not have built Rayquaza at all. Okay, the one model kit from Pokemon that we haven't built yet that I want to build is Rayquaza. I think it was on my wish list at one point, but, We never got around to it. I don't know. But that is high on my wish list to build. I don't know. Heatran. There you go. I bet there's not a model kit or a Mega Bloks of Heatran. Because Heatran is a weird pseudo legendary. It's a legendary, but it's a legendary, but it's not a popular legendary. Just the fire rock guy. And then also Guzzlord. I bet because Guzzlord's a pseudo legendary because it's an ultra. It's an ultra beast. I pretty much guarantee you there's no official model kit for Guzzlord. Guzzlord rules, but I bet I can't buy a Guzzlord kit, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, this was kind of unexpected. This was our just hangout at the end of the stream because I didn't want to start something new. But we finished our Garchomp. Garchomp turned out great. Garchomp looks awesome. Happy to put together Garchomp. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go hang out with somebody else, spend a little time with them. I don't want to build Garbodor. No, Lord Crashington, I'm not interested in Garbodor. No, thank you. Thank you, but no, thank you. Oh, is Mary not streaming tonight? Okay. Joe says we always end with a raid, and you're right. We often, on Mondays, not always, but we often raid Mary Kish. And Mary Kish is not here. I can tell you this. It's starting up soon. Very soon. Mary's in New York for a work thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate you letting me know. How long are Loading Ready Run gonna go? How long have they been streaming? They've been streaming almost 3 hours. They're probably gonna stop at 3 hours. So we could raid Loading Ready Run, but nah, we're not gonna raid Loading Ready Run because they're probably gonna be going for their 10 minutes. Let's raid Arthur Geese. Arthur Geese is playing Metal Gear Solid. That'll be a fun raid. Arthur's playing, Metal Gear, so we'll go hang out with Arthur. So feel free to come along on this raid. Desert Bus for Hope is coming up. That's Loading Ready Run and Friends. Do a yearly charity stream 24 hours a day for as many hours. The bus is coming, as Ghostfowl says. Yes, bus is coming. The Desert Bus is coming. Yes, so that's coming soon. We always try to raid while that event is happening. That'll break the, we raid Mary on Mondays rule. We will raid that on when anytime available because they're very fun. And also, this year I gave a PowerPoint presentation, a this or that, to Graham. I've done that now. I believe this is the 4th or 5th one I've done. They're either this or that or a true or false. Because I did like made up or real names for some anime Fate movies, either real or fake. And I think they got only one really wrong. But I did another one for Graham. I always like to, that's my help for Desert Buses, to give something cool. This one is another anime one. Let's go on a raid. Let's go hang out with Arthur tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mars First Logistics. That name left my brain. Mars First Logistics is tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come back for it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.